Yo guys, what is going on? Blossom is back and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Now, this game is approaching 5 years old. That is half a decade. Now, I can't remember what is the age that you reach where you have to go to school. Is it 4 or is it 5? But if it's 5, that means that Top Drives is preparing for its first day in school, and it should be able to walk and talk by now. I can't remember how much you can do when you are 5 years old. I might have been playing the Game Boy when I was 5. I can't remember. I feel like my memory begins when I was like 8 at most. But anyway, Top Drives is a pretty old game now, and you would think that for a game this old, you can somewhat predict what's going to happen, but with the irregularity that is the frequency of updates, until today, I still don't really know when the next bloody update will come. It might be this week, it might be next week, it might be in 10 months, it might be in 2 years. At this point, I've said this many times, okay? Especially in my Discord server, Top Drives players are some of the most patient people on the planet, okay? When this game first started, we had an update every 3 months, and it went every 6 months, and then we had to wait 9 months for American Frontier. No, we had to wait 6 months. No, we had to wait 9 months for European Revolution, I think, and it was like 4 months for American Frontier. Then we had to wait another 9 months for, no, it was 6 months for European Revolution, 9 months for American Frontier, and now we're pushing 11 freaking months for whatever the next update is going to be. That being said, though, it might be soon, it might not be soon, but that's the problem. I don't know when to make this kind of video, but I know I have to make this kind of video because I want you guys to be prepared. So in today's video, I want to talk about the 5 steps that I always take to prepare for the next update. Okay, so step number 1. This is going to be a very informative video if you couldn't tell already. Step number 1, you need to analyze the climate. Now, this is very, very hard to do, but not impossible. Analyzing the climate, which means that usually when an update is around the corner, things in Top Drive start to get a little bit weird. Back in the day, one of the funniest things that was actually kind of true, I think, when people were experiencing a lot of server errors that they couldn't play the game, for example, they couldn't log in, that used to mean, not anymore, that used to mean that an update was coming and Top was probably playing around with the servers in different regions at different times. Now, the servers crash all the time. It doesn't really correlate to an update coming anymore. It's just that I've been in situations one too many times where people are like, oh, the updates, I can't play the game, and then like someone else in a different region says 2 hours later, oh, now I can't play the game, and then everyone goes crazy. It's like, oh, an update's coming. No, I don't think so anymore. So how do I analyze the climate? Well, the first one is going to be, is the game being weird? And usually how you can tell if the game is being weird is this: tri-series, okay? Number 1, you can basically tell how many prize cards are left. I mean, there are not a lot of prize cards left. If I go into collections and tags and I select prize cards, all cards, there are not a lot of prize cards left that have not been rerun. In terms of first timers, I think there's about 10 or 9 left. The Peugeot 208 T16 being one of them. The other one is the Yesco Attack, and most of them are coming from very new updates, most of them being JPT. So we go into collections and tags, we go to Japan Pro Tour over here, and as you can see, it's just the high-end stuff that there hasn't been released. I mean, the El Rouge has been released, the Calsonic Godzilla has been released, and of course the Escudo Pikes Peak. Now, this is already very off-brand for Hutch. Usually they kind of keep the most frequent update prize card virginity for the next update. You know, that's why the IDR, well, the IDR isn't a really good example, but usually like the first big Japanese JPT prize card should be the prize card that's being awarded for the next, update, if that makes sense. Usually that's how they do it, but I feel like they're so behind on their plans they had no choice, but they had to release the lower end ones. So the Skyline, the Escudo, the Q50, okay? So the first one is obviously, is the game being weird? Are there no tri-series? And for the past, I think over a month now, or coming to be a month, we've not had a tri-series. We had that very strange time trial series that nobody saw coming, and now we have an event coming up for Thursday. I do believe that Thursday is, no, 20th is Thursday is the 21st. Yeah, we have an event for Thursday already, which is all mixed up. And usually Thursday is the day where the qualifiers will show up or the prelims will show up. So once again, it looks like we're heading into another situation where we don't know what the next bloody prize card is going to be. Because there might not be a tri-series. So we don't know what's going to happen. Everything is in disarray right now. So the game is definitely being weird. So we can check that off the list. So yeah, lack of tri-series. And obviously, is the game trying to make you spend more money than usual? Now, this is obviously obviously a very obvious tactic from Hutch. Hutch wants you to spend all your money before the next update, so you are forced to spend even more money because they know that the players can't resist. It's an addiction. The players can't resist. They'll release some really good offers right before the update. Players want to open them, especially like, you know, the Hutch knows that a lot of people are saving up, and if people save up, they don't make money because, you know, we saved this up. This is like free earnings, you know what I mean? So they'll try and make players spend big before an update comes out, and that's why they bring out really good offers. So another thing that we can check in the climate is, are there any really good offers in the store right now? Right now, I wouldn't say any, but we saw some in the past couple of weeks. We had some weird ones like, oh, here's a ×3 carbon fiber, but you get 3 free ultras on top of that for the price of only 3 carbon fibers. Or sometimes they might give out those money offers where you can buy a 2-time carbon fiber plus like 800k or whatever it is for like $100 USD. So yeah, check that off the list. No upcoming challenges and tags right now. There's nothing. You know, we had famous tracks and that was it. Nothing new. No Year of the Rabbit. That will be next year. So there are no upcoming challenges and tags, and server crashes are too common to stipulate. Yeah, that's true. So we've analyzed the climate. Okay, the game is being weird. We've not had a tri-series for a while. We've had some pretty decent offers as well, making us spend our money, and there are no challenges in the foreseeable future. No new tags. Now, the second thing I want to talk about when it comes to predicting and preparing for an update is resource hoarding. So once you have identified the climate in the game, you realize, oh yeah, the game is acting a little bit weird now. Maybe an update is coming. Time to start hoarding, okay? Hoarding. That means you want to save up cash, means you open less packs. You want to save up gold, means you open less packs, right? And then you want to save on more high-end fuse, and that also means that if you save on high-end fuse, you will compete less, because this usually applies to saving your epic and legend fuse. So for example, I go into my cars right now. I go into filter, I'll select epic, legendary and epic. I'll go into status and I'll click unlocked. And over here, as you can see, I only have 50. Oh yeah, because I don't have any legendaries unlocked, that's why. But yeah, I have 50 epic cars that are unlocked right now, and ultra rares I have 103. Obviously, epics are going into legendaries and ultra rares are going into epics. All this is going to be fuse material. Now, why do I say that when you are focusing on fuse, hoarding fuse material, that you're going to compete less? That is because if, let's say, a tri-series did come around maybe a month before the next update, up to your predictions, okay? You predict the next update is coming in a month from the tri-series that's happening right now. You're like, okay, you need to ask yourself, am I going to spend the 12 epics now to upgrade these legendaries to help me win this current prize car, or should I keep the 12 legendary epics, not compete for this prize car, and use it in the next update? And if I get a new legendary with a new tag, then I can upgrade that immediately. So those are the choices that you need to make. Obviously, if you're in the EU servers, you don't need to worry about that because you guys never fuse epics anyway. I'm joking. Not really, but yeah, that is the second thing. And then the third one is called garage cleanup. So I want to tell you the difference between resource hoarding and garage cleanup. Now, in my case, when it comes to resource hoarding, I like to hoard ultra rare fuse and I like to hoard epic fuse so that I'm prepared. You know, like epics, ultra rares, gold, cash, all these 4 factors. I want to hoard every single one of them so I can unleash the floodgates when the new update comes. I can open the packs, I can upgrade the new cars. But that being said, there is also garage cleanup. Now, garage cleanup is basically maxing out all of the cars you have in your garage that are stock of the lower rarities. So we don't talk about epics, we don't talk about legendaries. In my case, I'm focusing on ultra rares. I want to get every single ultra in the game and I want to get it all maxed out. Now, why is garage cleanup so important when it comes to speculating for a new update? Well, that is because, and like I said, I wrote that in my notes, upgrade all ultras and below. This is because it will allow me and it will allow you to funnel all of your resources into the new cars when they come in the new update. Let's say that you don't want to upgrade, like, okay, let's do an example. This is all my fuse material ultras. Let's say that this is your garage and you don't have a Porsche 911 Carrera 4 and you don't have an Evo 4. Or maybe you do have them, but you don't have them maxed out. And you're just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to be super frugal. I'm not even going to max out the ultra rares. I'm just going to keep them there, right? And then the new update comes along and then you want to upgrade the new cars, but then you realize, oh crap, I actually need the Evo 4. Oh crap, I actually need to use the Porsche 911 Carrera 4 for this one, ceramic event. then you would funnel, then you'd be like, oh, okay, then I'll upgrade these two ultra rares, and you would be funneling 15 ultra rares into these two you'd be funneling 15 super rares, sorry, into these two ultra rares at a time where you could be doing it for a new update ultra rare, if that makes sense. So what I'm basically saying right now is, let's say you have 15 ultra rares right now, put it into your ultra rares, or you have 15 rares, put them into your super rares. Basically, I want you to apply resource hoarding to higher tiers, whatever that means to you, okay? For me, higher tiers means epic and legendary, but for you, it might be ultras and epics. And then you want to focus garage cleanup on your lower rarities. In my case, it's going to be ultra rares. For you, it might be rares, uncommons, or super rares, whatever you like. But basically, why garage cleanup is so important is because I don't want to be focusing on cars that have nothing to do with the new update when the new update comes, if that makes sense. I want to be funneling all those resources that I've hoarded up into the new cars to get me as quick of a head start as I possibly can. Now I want to talk about the fourth point about predicting a next update, and that is going to be assessing the future, or more importantly, assessing my future. Now this is going to go down to probability. So when it comes to hoarding, you need to be frugal, okay? And you need to understand that you cannot win everything. Some people play top drives and they want to win absolutely everything. They lose one thing and they're just like, you know what, I quit. I can't play this game anymore. They can't take an L. The thing is, right, if most players are not pay to wins, and I've been a free to play for top drives for the entirety of 2022, that is 7 months coming to 8 now, okay? And so if you want to hoard and you want to save all these resources, it also means that you need to understand that there are going to be events that you're not going to win, and you have to be okay with that, because in the long run, you know that these are resources that you are saving to win you events in the future for bigger prize cards. So this is why usually when I'm in an owner's challenge where I can't finish it, I won't upgrade epics or open packs to try and finish an owner's challenge, or the same for a GT challenge. So a great example will be the owner's challenge that recently just happened for the McLaren. That was the owner's prize for the Roof CTR3, which I've already won back in 2019. Or another example would be the GT series. I've literally won GT series for the 905B. The most recent one was the Infinity El Rouge, and I did not win that as well because I realized that, wow, I needed to spend 45 ultra rares to get a chance at the El Rouge, and I just didn't want to do that, and I had to open some packs as well. It wasn't worth it in my opinion. So when it comes to hoarding, you need to understand that you need to be frugal, and when you are frugal, you need to understand that you're not going to win every prize card. If you are okay with that, then you will be fine with this step. If you're not okay with, you know, not winning prize cards, you're either going to be a whale or you're gonna go through a tough time, in all honesty. And the last one, the fifth tip that I want to talk about when it comes to predicting a next update, something that you need to have in your mind. This is a mentality thing. This one is hard. This one is the hardest out of all of the points, okay? So the first point was analyze the climate, you know, if the game is being weird. The second one was resource hoarding, basically get your gold and your cash and your fuse. Third one is garage cleanup, basically cleaning up all the lower end stuff in your garage so you don't need to worry about them when the new update comes. The fourth one is assessing your future and basically knowing about what prize cards you want to win. You gotta pick and choose what you want to win because you can't win everything because you want to be frugal because you're hoarding everything. And the last one, the hardest one, is going to be optimistic. Yeah, I know, you got to be optimistic, okay? That is what really it's one of the factors that motivate me. People say, like, how do you last 11 months and you just play clubs over and over and over? I mean, my luck has been horrible. I've not gone a legendary in 18 mil. How do you keep play? You got to be optimistic. You got to imagine that the next update that Top Drives is going to bring is going to be your dream update, okay? But also at the same time, it's easy for me to say that because I'm not a fan of Toyota. If you're a fan of Toyota, don't be optimistic. Toyota's not coming, okay? Don't think about it. Ferrari, perhaps. Toyota, absolutely not, okay? So just be optimistic. If you're looking for a Porsche revamp, that might happen. Think about it. Maybe the next update might bring the Taycan and the newer 996 models for the 911s. Or it'll be an American revamp. There'll be cars like Lincoln and Jeep, and maybe I'll finally get my Dodge Hellcat Red Eye wide body. Or, of course, the thing that I want the most, a Mercedes revamp. Or maybe, like I said, they'll add Ferrari. So just be optimistic unless you're thinking of Toyota. What are the three? Toyota, Daihatsu, and Lexus, right? They're all under the three. Yeah, if you're a fan of those three, don't care about it. And Scion? Is Scion? No, I don't think Scion is part of that bunch. But yeah, if you're a Toyota fan, don't even think about it. Like, that is way too optimistic. That is not happening. But for anything else, if you're a Mercedes fan, you want a Mercedes revamp, Porsche revamp, Dodge revamp, Chevy revamp, just be optimistic. Now, why do you have to be optimistic in these kind of situations? It's because it's going to motivate you. You're going to want to compete more in clubs to earn more cash because you're thinking, oh, this next update is going to be a bunch of Chevys. Oh, it's going to be a bunch of Dodges. I want to be ready for that. I want my new Jags. I want my new Porsches. I want my new BMWs, whatever it may be. And get ready to be disappointed as well. But the thing is, you need to be optimistic in this moment to motivate you for the first 4 steps. And who knows? It's like gambling almost, which isn't a good thing to say, but hey, you know what? Maybe your hard work will pay off. Maybe the next update is actually what you are looking for. Then you will be happy that you grinded. You would be happy that you fought through it. You'd be happy that you be in the moment where you got the update that you wanted with the new revamped cars that you wanted, and you have the resources to spend to try and get them. And the last one I want to talk about, I know I said there was 5 points, but there is a 6th bonus point that I wrote down in my notes, and that is going to be switching your mindset. Yeah, it basically coincides with the 5th point. You just have to be optimistic. I know it's hard, and another thing about switching your mindset, and this one is more of a me thing, is if you successfully pull off the first 5 points that I mentioned, you'd end up being a hoarder and you'd end up being frugal. You wouldn't want to spend a penny, you wouldn't want to spend fuse, you'd basically end up being uncle and me to some degree as well. But when the new update comes, you need to learn to let go. It's time, or you've spent all this time, all the hard work, saving up all this material, it's time to spend it all. That was what you did it for. Open the packs. You know what I mean? Spend the cash, spend the gold. This is something that I need to tell myself because I've become accustomed to having more than 50,000 gold in my garage. But the entire point is to spend the 50 gold on whatever the next update, 50,000, not 50 gold, 50,000 gold on what the new update is going to be. So I need to keep telling myself, okay, now is the time to let go of all the gold. I know that you like it, I know that you're used to it, but it's time to switch the mindset. But anyway, guys, that is going to be my short, informative video. Well, I say short, but it might end up being 20 minutes. Who knows? I talk a lot, but it's good information. So these are the 5 points I would say when it comes to pre-update prep in my head. Remember, analyze the climate is number 1. Number 2 is resource hoarding. Number 3 is garage cleanup. Number 4 is assessing your future. And number 5 is basically being optimistic. But basically, guys, that is going to be it. Who knows? This might be a perfect timing video and the update might come out this week. Or it might be a crap timing video and it will go way down my YouTube channel and we'll only see the update in 2 months. But that's the thing. We don't really know, do we? But what I can say is that the climate right now, at least, is very strange. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day. We're going to stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Sit back, relax in my Bonneville Pontiac. Hold tight all night, cruise to Jacksonville
Atlantic.
Blonde hair, don't care, look like Leslie Brooks. Pin up girls everywhere with the drop dead look. Swing it side to side as we slow dance to the night. When I'll hold your perfect hand and take you out just for a ride. We'll share milkshakes at the diner and rebel at every hour. We can watch a drive-in movie, then have romance in the shower. Sleek my hair, light a lucky cig, lucky strike. Have a bowl at the bowling rig, lucky strike. Get some Elvis, play that J-House rock, jazzy. Spread the groove all around the block, jazzy. Boy, it must be good to be living in the 50s. A time just past the war and just before the hippies. Imagine being rich with just a single dollar. Cars were meant for charming and girls were called my darling. Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like